wanna say goodbye to you, so I'll just say goodnight to you. My people, no goodbyes to you. I'm just gonna say goodnight.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be my September Perfumer journal, and we're going to do another unboxing. This is an unboxing from Perfume Supply House. I told you guys every month I sort of alternate. I'll get like a bunch of naturals and then a bunch of synthetics. And this month I actually did a little bit of both. From Perfume Supply House, definitely one of my favorite places to get synthetic materials, but they do sell naturals as well, as you'll see. And next month we might do another unboxing as well, because I'm getting from a new website called Z Oils, or just a new website to me, but we'll see. Definitely 1 month going to, I don't know if it'll be next month, but it'll be soon. I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I'm working on. Now, you're allowed to get 5 samples with each order over $50, I think, on Perfume Supply House. And I'm not going to show those to you, but just know that I got thyme essential oil, which I didn't have any. I got Ceylon cinnamon, which is incredible. I got a synthetic called Volutone. I got something called Citrosis base, which is a citrus base. And then I got Mate from Robert Tet. Mate is sort of like a green herb. I got Volutone and thyme and cinnamon because those are 3 materials that Jean-Claude Ellena has in his 200. He basically has whittled down his materials that he makes fragrances with down to 200. And I'm trying to collect those 200. It's not that I think, if I get his 200, I'll be able to make Jean-Claude Ellena quality fragrances. It's just that I'm interested in seeing what he likes and why he has them in his collection. And he has Ceylon cinnamon, he has thyme, and he has Volutone. Volutone is sort of weird to me. It's a sort of a floral green material, but I haven't really figured out what I'm going to use that one for. But then I also got a bunch of 5-gram materials. We'll just go through each one real quick. So first I grabbed some oak moss. This is a natural. This is 50%. So it's 50% oak moss, 50% alcohol. This is from Robert Tet. I actually have oak moss absolute, but I just wanted to see if the Robert Tet would be better. And I don't think you can ever have enough oak moss absolute. If you don't get it 50% alcohol, it's really gunky and thick and kind of hard to use. But I gotta be honest with you, I'm glad I have extra oak moss, but this to me isn't much different than the quality of oak moss that I got from Eden Botanicals, which is really good as well. So definitely happy to have more oak moss. Real oak moss is just beautiful, but don't know that I needed it. Grabbed some Cedar Atlas Heart from Robert Tet. Now you're going to see a bunch of, this is a natural, you're going to see a bunch of Robert Tet naturals. And what Robert Tet does is they sort of strip down materials and take out all the elements that that might be unwanted in the smell and really make it smell as good as possible. So they're stripping out molecules that sort of mess up it smelling the way that they think that it should. It's sort of like a chef. If you get the best piece of tuna in the world and a sushi chef who doesn't really know how to cut fish gives it to you, you're going to like it. But if you get a chef that really knows what they're doing and they know how to slice it just right and remove the sort of parts of the fish that you might not want or that he might not want in the fish, you're probably going to like it a little bit better. And the Robert Tet naturals just smell a little bit cleaner and a little bit richer than if you just buy a regular essential oil. So this is Cedar Atlas Heart. This is meant to smell, this is basically Atlas cedarwood. I already had that. Can't tell a huge difference between the Atlas cedarwood that I have and this one, but I love Atlas cedarwood. I think it smells like worm skin, and can't get, never can have enough of that. This is another Robert Tet natural. This is Cypriol Heart. So Cypriol oil, in case you don't know, it's in a lot of fragrances, some Amouage ones. It's also called Negorthema, I think. And it's used in a lot of synthetic ouds. It really smells like oud. And I have regular Cypriol essential oil, and this is much cleaner and sharper than the regular Cypriol essential oil that I have. So this Cypriol Heart by Robert Tet is really, really good. And what's also good about these is they're not that much more expensive than if you were just to buy the essential oil. So it almost makes sense to get the Robert Tet. So this is their chocolate key accord. So Perfume Supply House has a couple exclusive accords available to them that the Perfumer does. And I think the Perfumer is Paul Kyler behind PK Perfumes. And this chocolate accord is just masterful. You can make it yourself. The materials needed are on the website. It's just easier to buy it. I love it. To me, it smells like warm chocolate chip cookies, and it is vital to a pastry accord that I'm making for one of my fragrances. I'm using some raspberry, some almond, this, and some other things, and this is really important. So I wanted to get some of this chocolate accord. I sampled it before, which is why it's good that these websites give you samples, and I just fell in love with it, so I bought it. Probably going to buy some more. This is aldehyde C10. This is another material Jean-Claude Ellena has in arsenal. I really didn't have any aldehydes except for the fruit ones, which really aren't aldehydes. They're actually esters. Aldehyde C10 is the first one that's really an aldehyde. I'm going to get the remainder of them, C11, C12, C8. Aldehyde C10 is really it smells to me like orange peel, like mandarin orange peel. It's very oily and waxy and fatty. It just smells like an orange peel, but really, really strong. You have to be careful with how you use it because it's super strong. This is Pineapple Natural. This is new to Perfume Supply House. It's from Robert Tet. So this is really the reason I put my order in. I really wanted to try this Pineapple Natural. Robert Tet, for those of you who don't know, is a huge maker of synthetic and natural materials for perfumers. Almost every perfume, or most of the perfumes you wear, probably have some materials from Robert Tet in them, and perfumers also work for Robert Tet and develop scents for companies. So this Pineapple Natural, it's not a synthetic pineapple, it's an actual natural pineapple material, and it's really good. It smells like real pineapple, not that sort of Aventus exaggerated pineapple. This smells like fresh pineapple if you cut the fruit down the middle. Not sure how I want to use it. I'm not interested in making an Aventus clone. I think I'm going to use this for a sort of tiki cocktail fragrance that I'm working on called Satan's Swizzle. And I've made a couple versions of it without pineapple, and I think this might fit in nicely with that. So probably what I'm going to be using the pineapple for first. Grabbed some Cedrat Heart. Cedrat is a type of citrus. It's like a lemon. So this is Robert Tet Cedrat Heart. This is another one of Robert Tet Naturals. Really crisp, lemony note that's just lasts a long time and smells really clean. Just another Robert Tet Natural. Trying to collect these. This is Bigger Heart. Biggerade is the Frederic Malstan Cologne Biggerade. Biggerade is sort of a citrus note, and Biggerade Heart is this beautiful, it's like a cross between Orange Blossom and Neroli. That's how I would describe it. It smells 20 times as expensive as what it is. It's just a beautiful orangey note. You could definitely make a Neroli or Orange Blossom accord with this. Neroli and Orange Blossom are really expensive materials. You could even use this as an Orange Blossom or an Neroli note in your fragrance. Again, not expensive, and it really, really smells like Neroli and Orange Blossom, and it is a natural. It's not a synthetic. I got some Geosmin 1%. Geosmin is a chemical that is in the air when it's about to rain. And basically, if you ever smell bat by zoologists, it's overdosed with geosmin. That's exactly what a geosmin smells like. And it's so strong, this is why it's at 1%. I even went further and put it down to 0.1%. It's so strong that if you put a drop of this in a swimming pool, you'd be able to smell it. If you take the cap off and just leave it, your whole house sort of smells of this. So it's really nice. You have to be careful with it because too much of it will just destroy your fragrance. But it's really nice in doing earthy accords, or if you want to do something like desert-like or thunderstorm or wet earth, It's really, really good for that. I had to smell it, and I hadn't smelled it until I got this. It's actually really expensive. I think that was $12 or $15 for that, and it's only 1% solution. The 99% of that, what you see in the bottle, is alcohol. But when I opened this, I smelled it, and I went, oh yeah, that's bad by zoologists. So exactly what it smells like. This is green tea. Now, this is not by Robert Tett. This is by Givaudan. This is a synthetic. It doesn't really smell like green tea to me. It sort of just smells like a fresh green note. Really nice, really clean. It smells like, you know what it smells like to me? Fresh laundry. I wouldn't be surprised if a good whack of this was in Aqua Universalis and Aqua Universalis Forte by Mason Francis Curtijon, because it just has that fresh, clean laundry vibe. It's really, really nice. If you want to make a fresh fragrance, this would do wonders for you. And that, and Givaudan is the company that makes that. And then the final thing I purchased is this. This is the leather base, leather accord that Perfume Supply House smells. I've made many of my own leather accords. I have a lot of materials, a lot of bases like Curavidescence and Pseudoral and Safraline that are meant to smell like leather. To me, those all smell like brand new leather jackets. They're that Tuscan leather sort of leathers. I appreciate this one because this is like Indiana Jones jacket leather. This is dark brown, oily, worn out, sitting on the porch leather. And I need this because I'm making a fragrance where there's an accord that is that sort of worn out, dirty, done, you know, in the mud leather. And this just to me is so representative of that. I've added some other things to I've used this and then a couple other notes like Castoreum, and I believe a little bit of, what else did I put in there? A couple other things I think to make it a little bit dirtier, or just worn out. But that's perfect if you're looking for that sort of leather and you don't want like a clean, crisp, black suede leather note. So that's it. All these materials and my 5 samples ran me about $90, which is a great deal. So next month we'll do an unboxing from Z Oils. I'm getting a lot of really cool stuff from Z Oils. Z Oils is on Etsy, and they just had a lot of stuff I was interested in, like Violet Leaf Absolute, Tobacco Absolute, Vanilla Absolute. They have oud, which is very expensive, but I want to smell their oud, so I got some of that. I got some of their coffee essential oil. They have natural isolates of pineapple and strawberry. They have a lilac natural isolate, so you can't make lilac essential oil or lilac absolute or lilac CO2, so I really want to smell what the isolate smells like. So we'll unbox those in October, and then November or December, we'll see. I'm going to walk you through the fragrances I'm making. So far, I have made about 35 fragrances, not all in different stages of readiness, but I don't plan on selling 35 of them. Probably 5 or 6 are good enough to show someone. I have let a reviewer smell 2 of my fragrances, and I believe at some point she'll be talking about 1 or 2 in a video. I'll let you guys know when that happens. But I hope you guys are getting something out of this. And in December or November, we'll walk through probably 10 of what I've created and the reasons behind them and what I think of them, and maybe we'll let someone win 10 ml of their choice of those 10. So let me know if you guys are into that, and we'll do that sometime this winter. But I do hope you're enjoying the series. I'll see you this weekend, of course, with a review. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will link to Perfume Supply House in the description, of course. My name, obviously, is Dan.
Stay true to you, a hood musical. My art will live through you. Dream beautiful, ain't unusual. Wake up like every day.